Would the Joker even exist if Bruce Wayne never became Batman? When I made my video about the Booster Gold story, The Gift, which is an alternate future where Bruce never becomes Batman, and the world has basically gone to shit because Bruce Wayne never stopped the Joker. And across all my social media platforms, I got a ton of comments of people saying this story doesn't make sense because without Bruce Wayne as Batman, the Joker doesn't become the Joker. That's actually just incredibly wrong, and there's a lot of evidence throughout the comics to prove it. For starters, the most important thing to know is that the Joker's origin has never been officially confirmed. A lot of people cite the Red Hood story, where the Joker was originally the Red Hood, and while escaping Batman, he jumps into a vat of chemicals and becomes the Joker. But in one of the most famous Joker stories ever told, The Killing Joke, he casts doubt on this origin. He said, "Sometimes I remember it one way, sometimes another. If I'm going to have a past, I prefer it to be multiple choice." But if people insist on saying that the Red Hood origin is the origin of the Joker, there's actually reason to believe that even if Batman was never there, it would have happened the way it happened. Because again, we see in The Killing Joke that the cops were already onto him. The Red Hood was cooked in that situation. Batman just happened to be the one pursuing him when he jumped, which was kind of a dumb thing for him to do anyway. So in a world where Bruce never became Batman, Red Hood most likely would have jumped just from the cops pursuing him. But a massive hole in the whole Red Hood origin comes from the story Batman Endgame, where it's very heavily implied that the Joker was operating as the Joker long before Batman ever became Batman, which again makes sense because the Joker's true origin has never been confirmed. But I actually have another angle to this whole thing too. The fact that in this timeline, Dick Grayson became Batman and not just some other generic hero, and in the story Flashpoint, when Bruce is killed instead of his parents, his dad becomes Batman and his mom becomes the Joker. These two things tell me that although DC has never outright said it, it almost feels like in the DC universe, Batman and the Joker are cosmically destined to exist. If Bruce never becomes Batman, someone else will. The Joker will still come around. If Bruce is killed as a child, someone will still be Batman, someone will still be the Joker. Their rivalry is almost a fixed event in the DC universe. But yeah, those are just some of my thoughts on why the Joker would definitely still exist, even if Bruce Wayne never became Batman.